Title: In the Presence of Pain. Philosophical Meditations on Perseverance in Times of Hardship. Part 1. Prelude: In the Presence of Silence and Suffering. At some point, somewhere, within some heart, a person sits alone, accompanied only by their inner voice and the whispers of questions. Everything around them is silent, not because the world lacks noise, but because the noise within is louder than anything outside. They no longer seek answers, but meaning, a reason to keep going, even if weary, even if burdened, even if broken. Thus begins the journey of perseverance. Confidence is not born from comfort, and perseverance is not born from triumph, but from fracture, from collapse. From that first moment, the human soul realizes it must choose, to rise or to surrender to oblivion. Heraclitus once said, "Nothing endures but change." But here we ask, what endures in us amid change? Is it the soul? Is it the will? Or is it a noble kind of stubbornness? Some call it courage, others the madness of survival. Let us pause and reflect. 1. The human as a fractured being. Man is a fragile creature, said Pascal, smiling with the bitter knowing of someone who has seen the soul break many times, yet never extinguished. What keeps such a fragile being standing? Not the body. It tires too soon. Not the mind alone. It wavers. It is that mysterious blend of reason, spirit, dignity, memory, and an unyielding refusal to perish without meaning. Socrates did not fear death. He embraced it like a long-delayed friend because he understood. True perseverance is not in conquering death, but in being honest with oneself when it draws near. Perseverance, at its core, is not a stance, but an existential state. It is a refusal to break internally, even as the world externally crumbles. It is that quiet voice inside you that says, "I will not fall," not because I am strong, but because I refuse to become anything other than who I am. 2. Nietzsche and the hammer, the birth of the higher self through pain. What does not kill me makes me stronger, a phrase some have grown tired of repeating, having forgotten the agony from which it was born. Nietzsche did not speak from victory, but from years of pain, isolation, and madness. He knew that endurance is not a virtue, but a challenge, and that perseverance is not a desire, but a scream hurled at the face of the universe. I am still here despite everything. But Nietzsche does not comfort us. He demands transformation. He wants us to forge ourselves as a hammer tempers iron, that from our fragility emerges a self that does not fear, does not retreat, does not seek pity, but transcendence. Here lies the paradox. Perseverance is not the opposite of collapse, but its result. You do not persevere because you never fell, but because you fell, and walked on through the wreckage. 3. Buddha and the silent passage through suffering. While Nietzsche screams, Buddha is silent. In his moment of meditation beneath the Bodhi tree, Buddha did not fight his suffering. He gazed at it, accepted it, then transcended it. He did not say, "I will endure," but rather, "I will understand." And here, a new dimension of perseverance is revealed. Perseverance as understanding, not resistance. Sometimes we do not need to shout. We need to listen, to allow pain to teach us, not merely wound us, to see every ache as a window, every shock as a question, and every collapse as an invitation to seek new depths. Buddha does not promise victory, but freedom from attachment to outcomes. It matters not whether you win or lose. What matters is that you transcend the chaos within you, quietly, steadily, without pretense. 4. Schopenhauer and the noble sorrow. But not all perseverance is silent. Schopenhauer gazes upon life and boldly declares, "Life is suffering." There is no metaphor in his statement, no evasion. He sees no easy salvation, only the solemn truth that pain is intrinsic to awareness. Yet his sorrow is not defeat, but noble sorrow, honest, facing reality without disguise. And from this sorrow emerges a different kind of perseverance, the perseverance of contemplation, the stillness of one who does not seek to change the world, but to understand its harshness. To Schopenhauer, perseverance is not power, but depth. To stand, even when your heart aches, simply because standing itself is a defiance of absurdity. 5. The existential cry. Kierkegaard, Sartre, and Camus. Existentialists do not ask you to be patient. They ask you to choose. For them, perseverance is not an imposed condition, but a free stance. You and you alone choose to persevere. Kierkegaard sees perseverance as a leap of faith. You stand at the edge of the abyss, no ground in sight, yet you leap and believe you will not fall. It is the perseverance of faith amid the chaos of being. Sartre, on the other hand, tells you, nothing compels you to